alternative heating methods. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to apply some deadener. The VibraFlex deadener that we sell at purepressureaudio.com. What I like to use, a lot of people will say to use a torch. I like to use the Wagner Furno 700. The reason why is because it has different speeds for a fan. It has different temperature settings that you can go to. Which is really nice and helpful depending on how cold or hot it is where you're actually applying this. And you can cool it off. And you can also press and hold and shut it down. Super easy way to apply this stuff is to put it out in the sun. Unfortunately, it's the dead of winter here in Minnesota and we don't have that option. Summertime, we do that all the time. We put it out on like a baking sheet. It works out really well. We're going to be using the 190 mil. The reason why I'm using the 190 mil instead of the 155 from the door pack, which is right here, is because I got this giant hole to work through. So I might as well use a full sheet. These little guys here are meant to fit through smaller openings to go in the door. Start heating up this thick board right here with our heat gun. I like turning this up to about 1,000. When I heat that up, and then turning the fan all the way up. So it'll get super hot. This will take a while depending on how cold it is in your workspace. So like my workspace right now is probably like 60 degrees, so it's going to take a while. The trick here is you don't need it to be super flexible. You just need it to be flexible enough. The final bake stage, you do that once it's applied to the car. So depending on your actual contours that you're going in at in your door, so some will have like big ribs or anything like that you're trying to deaden over. Luckily mine's pretty flat, so I don't need it to be super flexible when I go to apply it. So that's pretty flexible there. I'll be able to roll that out, which is nice. So now we're going to just warm our panel up a little bit. You don't want to get your vehicle's panel too hot because you don't want to accidentally like damage your paint on the outside. You just want it to be warm. You just don't want it to be cold. See how flexible it is. And what you'll do is you'll just place it in. I like to start on one end. Just work it on over. You want to try to avoid any air bubbles. So once you get it on here, we sell these. They're called the Ultimate Deadener Roller on our website. The reason why they're really nice, super heavy duty, and also comes with the V roller on the end for if you were to ever try to get like down into here. Super nice. I'm just doing a spot deadening on my doors, so I'm not actually going to be utilizing that. So now we got it applied to the door. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat gun back on, and then I'm going to do the bake cycle and then the final roll. So now in this cycle you want to make sure that you actually get these wrinkles out of it. Sometimes it'll kind of turn into like Freddy Krueger's face. That's perfectly fine. And actually, if you were to layer on top of this, you want that. You want to burn this polyethylene surface off if you're layering. If you're not layering, you don't got to worry about it. You want to apply a good amount of pressure when you do this, so that way you work out any kind of air bubbles if there are any. And also you're kind of doing a little bit of a compression inside the material. Because the adhesive, the acrylic adhesive on the backside is pressure sensitive and heat sensitive. The thicker the VibraFlex, the longer it takes to heat up. But it does heat soak really well, so it'll stay warm for a long time. So as you do it, you can kind of start to see some air bubbles. You want to make sure to get all those air bubbles out. Be very careful if you're going to pop an air bubble, not to damage the outside of your car. All right, on to the next piece.